Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I am trying to record. I am just leaving class again. I had made another video which I have not put up of I think it was my second day of class, my first day of class, I can't remember. But anyway, I had made a video after class last week and I just never had a chance to put the video up. Today is September the 8th. It's a Thursday. And let me put my windows up so you can hear me. And I'm just leaving class. And I just want to say that I am enjoying these two classes that I'm taking. The psych class is indeed laid back. This teacher, which I think the reason why I enjoy his style of teaching is because it is reminiscent to the way that I was taught when I was in high school. And I am not that old, by the way, but I am in my late 30s. And there was this particular style of teaching that you went by when I was in high school that colleges don't typically follow anymore because of the whole PowerPoint system. So, with that being said, because I come from that background of taking notes and having lecture the way that he gives it, I feel like I am ahead of the class, so to speak. The rest of my classmates, I'm paying attention to how they're writing notes, and they're basically just jotting down what he says. But in all actuality, what you need to do in order to succeed in a lecture like that is you need to have your notebook open, your textbook open while the teacher is lecturing, so that you can add to the notes that he has verbally given you. For instance, I noticed that the teacher has a pattern of basically just going over the vocabulary words, but basically giving it to us in his own definition, which is fine. It helps, and he gives examples behind it, and that's fine too. Sorry, I am very oily right now. Anyway, in his form of teaching, so basically what you do is you write down his definition, you write down his example, but then you also read the definition from the textbook, and if you see any holes in his definition, you need to fill those in. Now, I'm going to test that theory when we have our first exam next Thursday, but I think that I'm on the right path because this is very familiar to me, and this is how I knew how to take tests and take notes and things like that, so we'll see. Now, on the other hand, the math class that I'm taking, I feel like, well, let me just say this. I didn't have to take this particular level of math. I chose to take this level of math because I felt like my foundation wasn't as strong. And anybody that knows math, you know that you need to have a strong foundation because math is just building. You build off of what you already know. So with that, by me saying that, I mean, I took a placement test in math. I scored low. However, I didn't do anything to prepare for it. I'm older. I got a whole bunch of things going on in my life. Plus, I work as a nurse. Like, my mind is not on math. So when I took the test, I just took it based off of what I could remember. But then I got hit with those things that I totally forgot. Like, the basic stuff. Like the stuff that I already knew that I struggled with, but I got through when I was in school. Like the last time I was in school doing the math, I struggled with it, but I got through it. I passed the class, but it wasn't a strong foundation for me. So like, for instance, when you're dividing and multiplying using positive and negative numbers, I'm not all that good at that. So like, I struggled with that. I got through it, passed the class, but when it came time for me to bring it back to my, you know, pull from it at a later date, I just couldn't remember. And I was guessing, and I'm trying to remember, okay, if the number is higher, nope, that's not how it goes. And I know that there's a certain formula that you can use and other tips and tricks that you can use to figure out that answer. But because I did nothing to prepare for this, for the placement test that I took, I bombed it. So it was things like that. And then fractions. I suck at fractions, but, you know, if I was to do like a quick review, I could probably get through it enough to pass if I was given a test that I had time to study for. But I don't know. Like, I didn't study for it purposefully because I really wanted to know where I was at as far as my math skills. And I promised myself that I wasn't going to just barely get through, but I really wanted to focus on building a strong foundation. I have a preteen, a tween child at home, and she's just starting junior high, and I didn't want to not be able to help her with her homework when that time came. So that's another reason why I'm taking this level of math. Also, when I took chemistry, which, by the way, if you missed in my previous videos, my other video, I took chemistry. I think I stayed for like 3 classes, or maybe I did like four classes total or something like that. But I ended up dropping the class because I don't know why I thought that I could handle chemistry in the summer over a 6-week course. When we crammed 3 chapters of chemistry in one day, I should have known something then, but I kept saying, no, I ain't gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up because this was the only class it was the only class I was taking in the summer. And I was like, I'm just gonna really, really, really work hard at trying to get through it. So day 2 came, and it just kept getting more intense and more intense and more intense. I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to have to drop this class. Oh, day 3 came, and we started really doing math with the chemistry. And then that's when I knew, like, this is where my foundations are cracked. So I'm going to struggle with the chemistry and struggle with the math? I don't think so. And try to get through it within 6 weeks and set myself up for a D, possibly a C. See, you can't get a C when you're trying to get into the nursing program or get picked for the next upcoming nursing program because it's based on a point system. So a C only gives you 1 point, you know. So I want to try to get the highest points possible, and I definitely didn't want to get a low point with my sciences. Sciences are like majorly important in nursing, so just try to remember that. So I took all of those factors, and I was just like, oh, I gotta drop this class. I'm just going to chill for the first half of the summer, and then I'll go ahead and pick up my summer 2 classes, and I'll hit the ground running once that happens. And that's exactly what I did, because I passed my last two classes that I just took, which was Psych 101 and in English. Yeah, in English 102. So I took those both together, and I got B's on both of those. So I rocked that out. And now I'm shooting for A's for these 2 classes, because I feel like the reason why I really didn't get a higher grade in the classes I took over the summer is because I took them online. And there were some things that I had questions about as far as writing my papers that I felt like it was just too much to go into on the email. I probably could have went into the school and met with the teacher in his department, or met with someone in the English department, but I didn't. I chose not to do that. But I think if I had the teacher at my disposal where I can just quickly raise my hand and ask a question before we move forward to the next thing, I think I would have got an A in both of those classes as well. But, you know, you live and you learn. So that's what I'm shooting for now. And I am talking your heads off and rambling, but I just felt like getting on the camera. I didn't feel like having to go weeks or months without an update, or just getting on the camera and talking. I'm starting to get a little more comfortable now. As you can notice, I'm not as taking my time as much as I used to, being careful with how I word things. I'm just basically just coming at you guys and being as real as I possibly can be. Basically with me, what you see is what you get. But that's, yeah, I just wanted to come on and just say what's up to you guys. I am going to load this video and load the other video up that I made as well, and I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment bar or the comment box below. Do not forget to like this video. If you like videos like this video, hit the like button, the thumbs up like button, and share this video with anyone who you think would benefit from what I've said in this video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.